arrested 2 Bartow Middle School girls accused of plotting to attack and kill their classmates. Now, police say they brought several weapons to school, including Developing tonight, police arrested 2 Bartow Middle School girls accused of plotting to attack and kill their classmates. Now, police say they brought several weapons to school, including knives, a pizza cutter, and scissors. The girls told investigators it was all part of a ritual meant to honor Satan. The news reporter Shannon Valladolid spoke with some concerned parents who took their kids out of school after hearing about the possible attack.
The details in this arrest report are disturbing. The girls ages 11 and 12 had in-depth plans on how to kill students and ultimately take their own lives as a way to worship Satan. These drawings show their plan to attack classmates in the 400 and 500 wings of Bartow Middle School.
And were waiting in the bathroom for the opportunity to find small kids that they could overpower to be their victims. Both juveniles stated that they are practicing Satanic.
Once investigators searched through their phones, they found Snapchat messages where both girls described gruesome details about the massacre. The girls admitted to police they planned to kill at least one student, but their goal was to kill 15 to 25 using knives just like this one. School officials already had heavy police presence on campus after a student reported hearing rumors about the attack. But it wasn't until one of the girls' mothers received a robocall that her daughter was absent that authorities went searching for her. The parent told staff that her daughter was in school.
The teacher immediately reported that, which implemented our safety plan in this school district.
My kids, they know I always talk to them about stuff like that, and they even get scared to come to school.
Parent Angelica Flores was upset. Her daughter often uses the bathroom where the 2 girls hid.
You shouldn't bring knives in the first place to school. Like, that's really bad to bring weapons, because, like, I'm just scared.
Charges pending for both girls, including conspiracy to commit murder, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of a weapon on a school campus.
Both juveniles stated that they are practicing Satanic.
Police say the 2 middle school girls came up with the disturbing plot over the weekend while watching scary movies.
That they wanted to kill at least 15 people and were waiting in the bathroom for the opportunity to find smaller kids that they could overpower to be their victims.
We went to both girls' homes.
There'll be no comment.
People at both refused to comment.
My daughter is 12. I'm exposing her to do horrible more things later in life. She didn't even do anything.
And police also tell us that the girls admitted to being devil worshippers. Now they are facing several charges here, including the conspiracy to commit murder.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Obviously, you heard the news clips before the video. Shouldn't shock anybody, right? But let's see how they spin a story like this. People won't take it seriously, right? They'll take the stories about kids going to school with guns seriously because it's about gun control. But something like this, they'll say, oh, well, this is just a rare incident where there's 2 girls who probably were watching horror movies and they're so young they don't know what they're, and blame it on the movies. But people will go, well, there's not people out there that actually do this stuff or practice these types of rituals. But why is it that anytime Satanism comes up, it's always about cannibalism, drinking blood, and ritual sacrifice? You don't hear that about Christians. There's no story, because the Satanists will go out and they'll say, well, we're not those kinds of Satanists, right? That's what we always hear them say. They'll have the Baphomet and all this other nonsense, and they'll go, yeah, oh, we have the pentagram too, which is about witchcraft and black magic. Well, no. We're not about that. We're about liberals and gay rights and women's rights. We're not about the killing stuff. Those are the other Satanists. And then the other Satanists go, no, we're not about that either. That's all made up by the crazy Christians. Meanwhile, where are the, you don't hear Christians going, oh yeah, there's nothing involving Christians where it's like, oh, a Christian group's gonna meet somewhere and do a black mass ritual which involves mock human sacrifice. Then these people do it and they get away with it. Then when we go, oh, okay, well, this is the problem that it's causing in society, they go, oh, it's just the movies and stuff like that. Well, it is in the movies. It is influencing people and desensitizing people to the severity of practicing black magic and worshiping Satan. And you wonder, well, where do these kids find this stuff? I'm sure you'll find some of Crowley's books maybe in their homes. I don't know. They're pretty young girls. But it gets overlooked in the story, right? Police say 2 middle school girls who worship Satan armed themselves with knives and plan to kill at least 15 students. 6th and 7th grade girls. How sad is that? It's not too late for these girls to be saved and find salvation through Christ. So let's hope and pray that that does happen, because who knows what kind of household they're raised in. But you can see in one of the clips, they went and spoke with the parents. They shut the door. The other mom's yelling and screaming, things like a mad woman. So I have to doubt that they were raised in a household where they got to read scripture, right? Because all they probably see is how cool it is to be a Satan worshiper on TV, right? And you got Santa Clarita Diet. You got all these vampire movies that they target towards kids, like Twilight, which focus on drinking blood. Just unbelievable. The investigation revealed that the students armed themselves with knives, planned on attacking fellow students during the school day. Fortunately, they were intercepted by school staff hiding in a bathroom during class time prior to carrying out their plans. According to the police department, a student warned a teacher on Monday about one of the girls mentioning that something bad would happen in Building 500 of the middle school. The superintendent said extra officers were at the school on Tuesday as a result of the warning. After one of the girl's mothers received a robocall alerting her that her child was not in second period, she called the school to inform teachers that the child should be there. The school staff immediately began to search the campus. They found the 2 girls in the bathroom. The girls were holding a goblet that an administrator suspected was being used to drink alcohol. Once at the principal's office, the girls were told to empty their pockets, which revealed a knife sharpener. After that, their bags were searched, and several weapons, including a pizza cutter and a butcher knife, were found on the girls. The 2 admitted to planning to kill students as they entered the bathroom. They noted that they wanted to kill at least 15 people and were waiting in the bathroom to find smaller kids that they believed they could overpower. I believe that these 2 small children, they're only 11 and 12, seriously sat down and plotted to do bodily harm to another student at school. The police chief said over the weekend the 2 girls plotted and planned their attempt to kill fellow students at the middle school. The investigation also revealed messages between the 2 detailing the plans of their attack. The last message sent between the girls said, "Today is health lessons.
Not yet.
Thank Satan, we're doing this in a bit." That's a text message, that the last message they sent to each other. "Thanks Satan that we're doing this in a bit." When asked about motivation, the girls reportedly told police that they were Satan worshippers. According to police, the girls planned to drink their victims' blood out of the goblet that they were found holding. They also discussed eating their flesh before committing suicide themselves. Both juveniles were arrested and removed from the campus. Their names are not being released because they are both minors. No students or adults were harmed. So, this is the stuff, this is all this stuff that gets attached to Satanism, right? It's unbelievable. Right? It's like, oh, we're going to do a human sacrifice for Satan. How many videos have I done, even recently, with recent events? Right? It doesn't matter, it's just in America or somewhere else, where people are getting sacrificed for Satan. You find the Baphomet statues in their home, the pentagrams, the remains of the bodies and the skulls, making them into trophies. Right? We got funeral homes that are just, deciding not to bury baby fetuses. They just want to keep them in a fridge, right? Like, that's not suspicious at all, being that the whole core of their sacrifices revolve around children. It really is, everything is just getting beyond out of control. But at this point, you'd think this would start alarming people that this stuff is real. But they're going to go out and they're going to go, well, these girls, they saw it in a scary movie. Maybe we should censor the types of movies. Well, yeah, they probably should censor the types of movies, but that's beyond the point, that this stuff is real. Right? Why is it that in all of these movies and stuff that revolve around Satanism revolve around blood sacrifice and all this stuff? Oh, it's all make-believe, right? It's make-believe, and then we're supposed to believe that the real Satanists out there are just liberals who want gay rights and trans rights. It's a joke. And they're not going to release the information and say, well, this is what we found in their home, right? Because I'm sure there were books or pamphlets or whatever they could have found, or whatever their internet history was, probably found stuff online about Crowley, about his teachings, about black magic. And we're looking to do that type of a ritual that involved the drinking of the blood. So, I mean, it's sad. 12 and 11-year-olds, right? And this is the world that we're living in now. People are more interested in worshiping Satan, committing human sacrifice rituals, than they are even thinking about picking up a Bible and finding salvation, because our society has glorified Satanism and made it look like it's something that's cool, and all these like subliminal messages about drinking blood and doing blood facials will prevent aging, right? How many stories have I done on that? Drinking blood could cure cancer. Drinking blood or putting blood in your body will make you be younger, look younger, no wrinkles, right? So they glorify that stuff, and then when they talk about Jesus Christ and Christianity, it's like, oh yeah, you don't want to be one of those people. Right? Oh, those are the people that bang on your door and bug you and make you, act like dorks, and it's the portrayal that they have, right? So then teens see it and they don't want to be Christian. They see all this other stuff and they think it's cool. They don't even understand the severity because they're so desensitized. And most people today, especially teens, they're not even like human. They don't even feel emotion there because they don't know how to even interact with anybody face to face. Everything's over technology, right? Everyone's a big tough guy with their texting or on the, message boards and things like that, tweeting. Then when it comes to face-to-face stuff, they don't even, it's almost like they don't even have an understanding of human life. So it's just another story, right? It's Halloween month. Sure, that played a factor in it. 2 Satan-worshiping girls plotting to kill students at a Florida middle school. We'll get the type of, if there was a gun in the hand of these girls, then it would be the big story, right? We'll hear breaking news, shooting, possible shooting broken up at school in Florida, right? It'll be on every channel. They have helicopters flying above. We see it on CNN, MSNBC. But because there's no gun, right, and because this is probably a story that really happened compared to the shootings, which, don't, you'll just get, okay, here, look in the bottom right corner. Girls plotted to kill students, and then they put, Satan worshiping, they make it kind of sound crazy in the article because they'll mention stuff like, they were watching some horror movies, right? Unbelievable. Pray for these girls. I mean, they're not, it's not too late for them to find salvation, but just a sickening world we live in where people are more interested. I mean, this is just what's going to keep happening, and the Satanists will deny this, not us, we're not into that stuff. We don't condone what they did. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, they're all doing it. Thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.